spot called Joe's. The vibe was kinda warm, so I said hello. Saw his crew right again, right after the show. The chat started simple, then it started to flow. It quickly got deep. First, it was just a group, then it was just him and me talking. Before I knew it, we was walking to the road. It was cold outside, but the sky was full of stars.
Y'all ready for our next feature?
Oh yeah!
I'm not convinced. Are you ready for our next feature?
Yeah!
Oh, it sounds like you're ready. The Robin and the Lady Poet. A hybrid mix of music, poetry, and performance. Robin Andre and Erica Miriam Fabri are New York City-based artists and partners in love. Their work embraces romantic and political storytelling, and a touch of sexy humor and genuine heart goes into all they do. Robin Andre is a Brooklyn-born singer-songwriter, performing and recording artist. He was signed to RCA Records for his debut album, Paper Bag, and has recorded with the likes of Dave Matthews Band, the Fugees, and Mariah Carey. Erica Miriam Fabri is the author of Dialect of a Skirt. She is a writer and performer and graduate of the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. She is currently a spoken word mentor and curriculum writer for Urban Word New York City, a non-for-profit organization dedicated to bringing spoken word poetry and hip-hop arts to inner-city teens. Please give it up. Put your hands together with lots of love and noise for the Robin and the Lady Poets.
Everybody. I'm so small, no one can ever believe how small when they lower the mic. I'm actually just a lady poet. I'm going to read a few poems first, and then we're going to do a few pieces together. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you to Mike Geffner in this beautiful venue. There's also a bunch of beautiful young poets from Pace University. I want to shout out Pace. Okay, the first poem is actually what inspired the graphic designer to design the cover of the book. And it's called Love in an Ice Cream Truck.
Woo!
Yesterday, I took a walk downtown. It was winter everywhere, except for the inside of my mouth. I saw an ice cream truck parked on 3rd Avenue. The man inside drew me toward his window with a whistle that reminded me of the noise a peacock makes. He had good-looking lips, which always gets to me, so I gave him an attitude. I said, "Who the hell's gonna buy ice cream on a day like today?" He didn't say a word, but instead winked, opened the side door, kicked out a 2-step ladder, and whispered, "Come in." Inside, everything was made of chrome. Rows of waffle cones hung from the ceiling like Chinese lanterns. He pulled a sheet of brown paper from a large roll and laid it on the floor. When I took off his shirt, he had a tattoo of a race car on his torso. "Zoom, zoom," I said. And we started making love. He held my face in his hands as if it were a grapefruit. He was testing for ripeness, and he barely breathed. When we stopped, the only noise was the purr of a refrigerator. "There's a man you love, isn't there?" he asked me. "There is." "What does he do wrong that made you end up in here with me?" "He doesn't kiss me enough," I said. "Why don't you leave him?" "Because I like the way he sleeps, and I like that he never prays." The moon crept into the truck like a thief. "I have to go." He kissed me 9 times from soda fountain to doorstep. When I was almost a block away, he stuck his head out the ice cream window and yelled, "Have you ever seen a volcano?" I didn't even look back. As I followed the sidewalk south, I heard his voice 3 more times. "You are a volcano. You are a volcano. You are a volcano."
Wow!
lot of love poems. So here's another one.
Alright.
This is a love, love, love poem. Okay? It's called Trading Pigs for Love. Number 1. Dear love, I don't know why it is you don't believe I love you. If you want me to, I'll cut off one of my toes in exchange for your love. I can use a hacksaw and let you pick which little piggy will go. I'll be waiting for you in the bedroom with my tool belts. 2. Line up the things I hate most in the world and dare me to swallow them to prove how much I love you. A blended rat milkshake, a fistful of mayonnaise, the heart of my dead dog. Blindfold me and give me a paper bag filled with 100 thumbs. I'll know which one is yours. Number 3. I love you so much that on some nights I wish for a terrible accident. Gray glass littering the road and you paralyzed from hip bone on down. Then no one wants you anymore but me. I clunk into your blue hospital and against the wind push your wheelchair uphill all the way home. You jerk a little from spinal shock and nerve loss, but I've got strong arms, so the trip is easy. Your legs are like branches dragging, and I am bright yellow with joy. I got you now. You cannot tell me this isn't love. And even if on some mornings a creak in the floor whispers, leave her, leave her, it won't matter. Your legs do not work anyway. Okay, this poem kind of goes along with that. I have a series of dialogue poems. They're like tiny plays with 2 characters, and one character is always the poet. So it's like a he said, she said. This particular one is called The Poet and Her True Love. He said, if you were my wife, I'd beat you. She said, if I was your wife, I would divorce you. He said, if you tried to divorce me, you would get 2 beatings a day. She said, if you ever beat me, I'd kill you. He said, now it's 3. 3 beatings a day, just for saying that. She said, I'd tear one of your ears off. He said, that's it. The backhand on the weekend, the belt during the week. She said, I will never marry you. He said, we will grow old together. She said, I'll push your wheelchair down the staircase. He said, you'll get fat and sleep in my bed. She said, I'll burn the bed. He said, you'll be just like your mother. She said, don't you ever again say such a thing. He said, you'll wash my flannel shirts. She said, in a toilet. He said, you'll cut my hair twice a month. She said, with a handsaw. He said, we will be dogs together. She said, yeah, wild dogs, mad dogs, killer dogs. He said, no, love dogs. Okay, I'm just gonna move this microphone. This is Robin Andre. This is the man I love. He likes to be on the left.
Interracial relationships.
It's a sexual relationship. Okay, you ready? I wrote this poem right around when I published my book. It's a story of our president, Barack Obama's parents. When you have big things in your life happen, like publish a book, your parents are so proud. And we realized his parents both died. They had no idea their son became president. So that's why we wrote this. In 1961, an 18-year-old girl from Kansas married a man from Africa. She was 3 months pregnant, and the wedding was a secret. For a white woman to marry a black man at this time was still illegal in half of the states in America. She gave birth to a baby boy, and they named him after his father. 2 years later, the couple split up. The man returned to Africa, and the woman raised their son without him. Both mother and father died without ever knowing that not only would their child become president, but the first black president of the United States. Imagine.
You were the mother of the president.
Imagine.
You were the father of the president.
Imagine.
But before he grew up to be president,
Imagine.
you passed on and died.
Imagine.
And now you on the other side.
Imagine.
Do you think that the dead have eyes?
Imagine.
Are they looking down from the sky?
I was just a girl from Kansas. My father was strict, but even the strictest father can't stop a young girl's heart from pumping like a monster inside her chest. When I first met Barack, I took one look and realized I was already in love. I've been waiting for him since I was 16, when I saw a black man in a movie who wore my future husband's eyes. And now, here he was, in the flesh, as real as day. My father didn't like it, but I married him anyway. 2 years later, we broke up. When he packed up his shirts, his strong arms, and his thick eyeglasses to leave me for good, I figured at least I had our son. Half of him and half of me to keep. But nothing is really ours to keep, not even ourselves. The cancer came almost overnight. I died on a Tuesday, and when I did, I wasn't sure if angels were real, but just in case they were, I made a wish that I would become one.
Africa, near a lake down in Kenya, is where I was born, and they made me Obama. I traveled abroad just to get an education. Traveled overseas to America and married an American. And she gave me a son, and I gave that son my name. The last time I saw him, he was the precious age of 10. The Grim Reaper came down before I ever got to see him again.
Imagine.
You were the mother of the president.
Imagine.
You were the father of the president.
Imagine.
But before he grew up to be president,
Imagine.
you passed on and died.
Imagine.
And now you on the other side.
Imagine.
Do you think that the dead have eyes?
Imagine.
Are they looking down from the sky? Hey son, I'm sorry that I missed your inauguration. You done did things that have never been done, and from the heavens I view, we were rooting for you. And now the dream has come true. So sorry I wasn't there, but yes I do care. So sorry I wasn't there, but yes I do care. So sorry, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry I wasn't there, my son. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Imagine.
If you were the mother of the president,
Imagine.
if you were the father of the president, but
Imagine.
before you grew up to be president,
Imagine. You
passed on and died,
Imagine.
and now he's on the other side. Do
Imagine.
you think the dead have eyes?
Can you see me now?
Are they looking down from the sky? Life is quick. Before you even know it, your time is up. I died too soon to ever change anything on this planet. But now I look down and realize that I made you. And I left to change the world.